Welcome to the longest reigning, most watched show of
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I ain't jumping the gun, as the title says. I can't believe he's always right. Welcome to the longest running show of spring football. The one, the only X-Fan show. I am one of your hosts. There it is. The headline reads, Dirty's all right, always right, even Corey agrees. Right next to me, always, is my partner in crime, the one and the only.
The A-Train Arlington Lane. Back in the house again, man. This
It's
is
been
good.
a minute since we've done a show, Arlington. Hello, Sandy. And we're doing a big special show. I don't know why he's got that envelope stuck to his forehead.
There was no official announcement.
There's no official announcement. Should we just bring him in? Let's just bring him in. There he is.
Just as well be official. You know I'm right. It's right in here, baby.
I wonder, hey, Big Daddy Ed, a.k.a.
Whenever you want me to rip this open, you let me know.
Listen, a.k.a. the Great Karnak. Who is your source?
My source is this up here with half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair.
Is that how that works?
That's how that works.
Hey,
oh my God.
Listen, rumors had it there was supposed to be an announcement today by the XFL, but technically the XFL didn't release it, but CBS News released the 4 XFL teams that will be in the XFL.
Good evening.
So, let's talk about that. Hello everybody. Listen.
Why are you feeling sorry for us?
Well, I mean, listen, John feels sorry for himself because just look at him. Just look at him. That's why he's got to feel sorry for himself, But hey, as you see, Big Daddy Ed joining us from B-Hawk Live and the Bottom Line show that you can catch on Monday nights.
The Great
this
Karnak.
is our last show of the year.
At least what we know, yes.
Right. Well, because of the holidays are just upon us. So Merry Christmas, Bah Humbug, and all that.
Happy holidays. Yes.
What is their holiday?
Happy holidays. This is happy festive. This is our Festivus show. So
that's right, our Festivus show.
Happy Festivus. And ladies and gentlemen, our guest has arrived.
Oh, there he is. Look at him.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that. Listen, hold on. You got to give him a proper introduction, Arlington.
I was about to do that. First, before I even do that, this show is sponsored by Wild Sun Winery and Brewing Company. Make sure that you go and check it out today. You're on Facebook. You check it out on Twitter as well. Hey, and we are always broadcasting through the Pro Football Alliance studios. Yes, it is, Dave, a Festivus for the rest of us. And I guarantee we are going to give you guys a chance to speak on it tonight. We'll give you the air your grievances.
Hey, Mark Thompson, why don't you watch some of our previous shows? You'll see who's been announcing all this news as of late. But hey, man, way to take credit, buddy. Mark Thompson, great running back. Hopefully he's not on a Battle Hawk roster. That's all I have to say. But look at him right there. He's shaking his head. See? Because this is why you love this man. Look at that. Look at the man that is sitting backstage, Arlington. This is a man who is a beast. He was in the top for receiving yards.
What's up, Rob?
He is an alumni of the 2020. He is an alumni of the 2023 season. Possibly the greatest receiver that the Minnesota Vikings ever cut because, I mean, that's not a very smart organization because look who their quarterback is. Am I right, Daddy Ed?
Just bring him on for Christ's sake. Come
Because you're doing
on.
this. Oh,
The
forget it.
one
Jeff Burdett.
and
Shut up.
only.
Shut
Hey!
your mouth, dude.
My
Shut
guys, how's it going?
My
Jeff.
forehead is really glowing tonight, so I got.
Oh man, good
Oh,
to see y'all, man. Oh, I'm missing something. Hold on, I need to grab my
here he
headphones.
goes. Oh, that's right. I forgot. And he was a Commanders receiver.
Hey, he's got to show off that great looking Viking jersey.
He went to go grab his stuff, so we're making sure that he goes and do whatever he's
Right,
saying.
yeah, we're gonna let him do his thing because Jeff Burdett is gracious enough to join him.
And
we're gonna get a
giving this
players.
god awful intro to this dude.
I gave him the
'cause
greatest intro of all time.
You gave him the worst intro
Greatest
of all
intro.
time.
Oh my God.
Like you was not getting to it at all, man. Thank you, David. Welcome, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff will be on in just a moment. He's going to go grab some stuff. Be
That's
back
right.
on. But in the meantime,
Well,
in the
the
meantime.
reason why we reached out to Jeff is because we want a player's perspective of everything that's going on with this merger, with this draft, with everything, just basically everything that is going on and what is happening. You know, like if you've listened to the show, you've watched the show. Me, the king of speculation, has speculated a lot what teams were going to be there, how this was all going to work out. And as the headline always says, oh, I see what he's doing. He's getting his headphones. He's getting his headphones.
He's getting himself together. That's right.
Right,
As he should.
give us a thumbs up when you're ready, Jeff. He's ready.
He's ready
Bring
now.
him back in.
Let's bring him back in.
Yeah, I can
There
hear
he
y'all
is.
real
How are
clear now.
you, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. Man. I get to see my guys again, man, right before the New Year's, man. So,
Yeah, man.
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Now, hey, Jeff, Big Daddy Ed, when he found out you were coming on, he's like, I have to crowbar and break into the show because he absolutely loves you.
That's my guy, Big Daddy. Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Hey,
Oh,
listen.
I'm waiting on the jerseys. I'm waiting on so I can sign the jerseys.
Hey, the jerseys will be there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sir.
we're going to be rocking the number 13 that you'll be wearing for the St. Louis Battlehawks this year.
Hey, there we go, man. That sounds good.
Thank you, Sandy. It was the longest intro he was trying to give him, man. Right, exactly, Rig. We get it. Dirty like to hear himself talk. We always know
because
that.
Jeff deserves a long intro because he's just that damn good.
That's real,
Hey,
man.
all I know is this. Jeff, I got a chance to and shout out to my guy Jersey the King over at the Gridiron Podcast. He gave me some little insight. I'm saying, where is he getting this information from? And he said it was this guy below, Jeff Burdett. So, Jeff, you had some comments about what's been going on. So we want to ask you, what has been the perspective in your eyes of what's been going on with this this merger that's now moving along at this rate?
Yeah, from a player's perspective, it's just been a lot of like secretive information going around, you know what I'm saying? A lot of speculation, a lot of just unanswered things that we all just trying to figure out like what's going on with this new league. And our director team of operations for our teams, Tamiko, she's been doing like such a good job of just keeping us informed of like what's been going on and stuff like that. Just pretty much whatever she hears, she just try to let us know like what's been going on really about all the mergers and stuff, which kind of still, even though we got we got a good bit of information today, you know what I'm saying, there's still a couple of other things that need to be unanswered because I think one of the things was false on there was maybe the pay structure. I think that's probably the only thing that was probably false, but I think everything else was kind of pretty much true on the sense of how they trying to have like two different leagues.
So, okay, Jeff, so we finally have something, right? We finally have something that people want to know, right?
Right.
And, you released your thing, you put out there on Twitter. So me and Big Daddy Ed were actually talking about this. Okay. So now let me ask you a question because I need you to clarify something up for us.
Okay.
So in the original XFL contract, if a player got picked up by an NFL team and they got signed to the active roster, was their contract null and void for the XFL and that team didn't know their rights anymore?
I think that's a yes and no type of thing because I think if they get released, they can like kind of automatically sign back to that team. But I think during that whole process of being on the NFL team, you're not solely in a contract with the XFL. So I don't know if that like really answers your question. It's just like it's kind of like a yes and no thing. Because I know, like for instance, like a perfect example, like Hakeem Butler, like he was in the league, And then once he got off the team, you see how quick he signed back with the St. Louis team. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like yes and no. A yes and no type of thing.
Oh, God, look who's joining us.
Hey.
It's me.
So here's a perfect scenario for you, Jeff. And,
Oh,
and
God.
Dirty and I were talking about that too. So AJ McCarron, for example, goes to the NFL. He's on an active roster right now. He's backup quarterback for the Bengals. At the end of the season and the Bengals are eliminated, AJ is still under the rights of the St. Louis Battlehawks, correct?
Oh, see, I don't know about that. I think that'd be something that, like, if he wants to get back into the XFL, I think St. Louis would probably be the first team to be able to claim his rights. But I think that's pretty much all up to him. Like, if he finished the season and then don't want to play in the XFL anymore, then they won't have his rights. But I think if he wants to come back and play, St. Louis will probably be the first team that'll be able to claim his rights.
Are you still doubting me, Dirty? You still doubting me?
He's going to Birmingham. Jeff,
he ain't going to Birmingham. He's going to be a Battlehawk.
Jeff, you're going to be catching passes from Ben DiNucci as a Battlehawk at the Dome.
That'll be crazy.
See, there you go, right there. I'm saying it, DiNucci.
Yeah, that'll be crazy, all right, because that's not going to happen. Stupid. You're coming to St. Louis, and you know it, bruh. I know it.
Listen, they people are very high on you, especially the work that you did when you were with the Renegades, and of course, you know, your time with the Vipers, man. But you know, all of this in perspective, it's like now as you get into the future, what have you been doing to kind of keep yourself ready?
Oh, what I've been doing, I haven't been doing too much because I'm at that point in my career where, like, I know how my body is and how much work I need to put in. Not too much how I was like in college. So I just pretty much for the past 2 months I just been working out like 3 times a week. And then now that we finally got a set date and time, now, like, starting in January, I'm probably be going 6 days a week because I think it'll be like we'll be like 6 weeks away before we have to report. So 6 weeks of locking in, that ain't, you know what I'm saying, that ain't nothing to me. So I think starting January, I'm gonna be starting doing 6 days a week, and then by that time I'll be ready to go. And hopefully I know like what team I'm on and stuff like that as well too.
Battlehawks. I'm sorry.
Now,
hey, I'm not gonna say too much, but you know what I'm saying, I did reach out, and there's not a receiver need right now for St. Louis. So
oh yes, there is.
Oh yes, there is. Oh yes, there is.
I'm going off what I was told, that they don't have receiver needs. So.
Well, that person's an idiot.
They have receiver needs. Did you, Jeff? Listen, I know you're buddies with Akeem Butler. Akeem Butler's great, but I mean, you can't drop your first 10 passes before you catch 15. You gotta catch him right away. That's why he's no hands Butler. But
Butler, that's my guy. It's funny though, cause like in this football thing, like you would know guys just off of play. So what I would say is I commend Hakeem Butler a lot, because I think me and him was in the same draft class, but I ain't never ever meet him in person. We never talked. But after we played St. Louis the first time, like he was real. He came up and found me and said that he respect my game, and I was just like, bro, I respect your game too. So I think that was a real moment for that being like our first encounter with each other. Just knowing that we was respecting each other's game from afar, from that being our first encounter.
Jeff, what are you looking forward to the most for this season?
I think right now today, I'm more looking forward to see like what team I'm gonna be on. To be honest, I think
me too.
I don't think I can really look past that. I think my mind is just focused on like, all right, what team am I going to get on? You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm more focused on right now. And then after that, I'll probably add some expectations to that.
So now you talk about what team you're going to come on, and right here, JR is right. If he goes, if the Nooch and Badette and Pearson comes to St. Louis, Dirty would name himself. Yes, I would. Yes,
that'd be crazy.
Because that would be
as a GM, why wouldn't you want that though? Like, to be honest, like as a GM, you need to sit back and be like, all right, you telling us we got a pool that we can only draft XFL players in. All right, let me sit down and look at who was the top XFL players. All right, bet it's blah blah blah. Let's find a way to get him right now. Why wait? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now speaking about that, Jeff, because again, me and Daddy Ed was talking about this earlier. You know, now if the reports are right of what CBS Sports said, is that, that it's St. Louis, Arlington, San Antonio, and DC, right?
You're right.
Yes, AJ is going to Birmingham. That is
No,
right.
he's
AJ is
not.
going to
No,
Birmingham.
That is purely speculation, and that is your mouth.
Brett's
And
been
it-
on that tangent for months now. He can just go to
Speaking
bed.
it into existence. The Battlehawks are getting DiNucci, Badette, and Pearson.
That'd be crazy.
That would be awesome. That's what we're getting. I'm speaking in it.
Jeff,
now,
at any time you can tell him to shut up. I give you permission at any time.
I like dirty, man.
Yeah.
Ew.
Now,
Ew.
so Jeff, so since a court now, we're going now. And if you don't want to answer or anything, I understand. But now that Vegas, CBS Sports reported Vegas isn't going to be in it, there's the protected player type thing. Now, what is your understanding of that? How does that work? Because that's what me and Daddy Ed were trying to figure out. How does the protected player work?
All right, so I want to say, like, let's say each XFL team had like 60 players. So the teams that survive, the 4 teams, out of those 60, they can protect 42 players. So then after those 42 players are protected, the other player that's not that day. So essentially, like, you're cutting like 20 guys or whatever. If it's like 60, 42, so I think you're cutting like 18 players. So then that allow each team to draft like 10 players from the pool of the other teams that have been cut. So a pool of Vegas players, Seattle players, Orlando, and Houston. So that's just pretty much what it is. Like they're protecting. They got 60 guys right now. They're gonna protect 42 of them, and then they're able to draft 10 guys from the other 4 teams that didn't make it.
Okay, so because you're on the Vegas team, so are you a protected player?
No, that's So that's the thing. So the teams that didn't make it, all those players are unprotected, and that'll put them in the draft for them, and they'll put them in that pool of the 10 players. So right now there's 4 teams that has 60 players that's protected. The other 4 teams that didn't make it, we're pretty much not protected because we're not a team. So those teams, they finna take 42 each players, and then they'll draft 10 players to replace the 18 that's been missing.
Gotcha.
That they're going to cut.
All right, Daddy Ed, go.
But it said 42 protected players for each team. But then out of the other 4 teams or the other players that are cut, each team is allowed to sign up to 10 players.
Yes.
Before the draft. So does that mean that they can get on the phone and they can call you? And if we call you, Arlington calls you, San Antonio calls you, on that first group of 10, that you have the ability to decide who you're going to play for.
Yes. And then the guys that don't sign January 15, then you're able to cross over leagues. Because right now you can't cross over leagues. I can only sign to another XFL team. USF players can only sign with another USFL team. But January 15th, we're able to cross divisions.
Oh, okay.
So it's to get that 10.
Yeah, so the main thing they're trying to do right now is they're trying to get the best players in the XFL on one side and the best players in the USFL side, and then at the end have a championship of XFL versus USFL, and then it's pretty much see who comes out on top. That's how I'm seeing it.
Right, yeah. That's the way it looks. Rig Rocker says, why would you admit to liking dirty in front of people, Jeff? I mean, I guess that's a fair question because I'm a great guy.
Why would you put that comment up? Oh my God.
I'm a realist. Like, I don't know. I like all you guys. Like,
see? There you go. Let's see. So, like here, Will says, so it's similar to the expansion draft. Limited number of players protected, and the rest are up for grabs. It's basically what we're looking at, correct?
Yeah, I don't really know about anything about the expansion draft, but it sounds like the same thing.
And then Kevin wants to know, do they have to protect 42 players?
That's a great question. That's a super great question. Because that's a great question because I don't know. God, it makes sense to me. Like, what if a team just only want to, let's say they want to save 50 players, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Or what if they want to release more than what they have to? Like, what if they want to protect 35 players? Like, I don't know. That's a great question.
Right. Okay. Now, Denzel Vance says right here, he goes, have you been called yet?
I have not been called yet. I reached out to 2 teams. I've been in contact with a USFL team maybe the longest, but that's all I can say right now.
All right, well,
Because they're napping. They're napping. They
That's
need
right
to
here.
wake
Just
up.
curious. Would you do a crossover?
Oh, I'm going to whatever team wants my services right now because I'm signing with them real quick, and then I'm just circling all the other teams that was waiting too long to hit me up. That's pretty much how I'm looking at it. I'm gonna sign whoever wants me. Let's go, and then all the other team that's been waiting, I got y'all circled.
Now
I'm not play against y'all anyways.
I'll say this: let God forbid, which we might have to we might have to have the hyena call some people and put a good word in for you, buddy. But God forbid,
I have a great mouth. My mouth
get
runs really well, Jeff. Just so you know.
Yeah, it never shuts up. You go to the Memphis Showboats.
Okay, and it's funny because the new head coach, he was my OC when I was in Minnesota.
I know.
Coach
and that's
Flip.
why I brought it up. So I will say this right here publicly on this show, that if Jeff Badette goes to the Memphis Showboats, I am going to be a Memphis Showboats fan. Hey. And I will be at all the Memphis Showboat home games.
Oh, that's lit.
If Jeff Badette is signed to the Memphis Showboats.
Do you really think he's going to make it out of the XFL part of the signing?
Hey, Big Daddy, I'm glad you're looking at it that way. I'm really glad you're looking at it that way because that's how I'm looking at it.
No, we ain't even going to sniff the USFL.
That's how I'm looking at it, Big Daddy. Yeah, so you feel me? That's how I'm looking at it as well too. Like y'all better this December 27th, y'all better come grab me.
Right now, you've had some chatter on Twitter with somebody.
Oh man. never met the guy in my life, but he seems to show up on my timeline way too many times.
All the time, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Right. So yeah, zero chance he does make it to a USFL team. I'm just telling you the team that if he does make it to the USFL, the team that I want him on and the team I will be rooting for. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I want him in a Battle Hawk. Oh, looks at this. People are saying Dirty and Badette a package deal. All right, come on. I'll be your biggest supporter and your biggest cheerleader.
That's real, man.
So
what happened to A-Train?
No, he said some breaking news. He said he's coming back on.
Oh, okay.
Is what he told me. So we're talking about let's go back to the guy on Twitter that you had some beef with. Now the USFL had a union.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys heard anything with this whole merger about the union? Is the XFL going to have to join the union, or is it going to be two separate things, or what are you guys hearing on that?
That's another great question, Dirty. I'm not even gonna lie. So I got representatives that hit me up all the time with the union, you know what I'm saying, trying to get us to join, but I think more so like we're just trying to get more information by the league before we even, I guess, think about joining the union and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I can say on that. Like I said, I got a couple of people that constantly hits me up from the union wanting us to join it, but I think a majority of the guys is trying to figure out like, am I gonna be on the team? You know what I'm saying? What's the league's gonna look like? And you know what I'm saying? It's just too many unanswered questions right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Daddy, I know you got something because I can see your wheels turning.
Well, Mike has a question that makes sense.
All right, I'll put that up.
Yeah, I'd get his opinion on that. Does he like the way they're going to do it, or would he rather have it be a two-league free-for-all?
Nah, man, I think it makes it very interesting that they want to have like the best XFL side and best USFL side. Like, I think that's actually pretty dope, to be honest.
Yeah, so, I think that adds. I think that adds to the first season.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It just brings that more excitement to it. You know what I'm saying? So I think more so. I'm just hoping that, like I said, I can be looked at as one of the top XFL players. But if not, I can be looked at as one of the top USFL players as well too. Like it don't really matter.
Yeah, I'm coming in because there was just some news that was just dropped to me into my lap. I want to get it out before we continue on with the interview with Jeff Badette.
Okay.
We just got this official statement from the United Football Players Association, and it said that they just ended their partnership with the United Steelworkers Union.
Damn.
It has ended. I don't know. I don't know if you just catching word just like we are, and that they believe that the power of unity and collective action. Believe that our only way to achieve this is by going independent with the Players Association moving forward. All right, so that just dropped in front of everybody's lap. So now they're not with the steel workers anymore. And that was from Kenneth Farrell, president of the United Football Players Association. Have you had any conversations with Kenneth Farrell, Jeff?
Yeah, me and Kendall go way back. You know what I'm saying? They, like I said, that's one of the guys that been hitting us up, talking about that. But I ain't know that bomb was finna drop. And I probably gotta read it over. But summarize it with like what was said inside that statement.
Let me pull it back up for you guys again.
Now, that's a very interesting thing.
Right. It says we're writing inform you of an important decision in our organization made regarding the partnership with the United Steelworkers Union. And they said the partnership has ended. And, they firmly believe that the best way to achieve is to go independent with the Players Association moving forward.
Okay.
And they have engaged in discussions, consultations, and evaluations to ensure that they're making the best choice for the players. And they're committed to transparency and open dialogue and encourage all football players to voice their concerns.
Well, hold on, Arlington. You're glassing over the most important part right here. What it says, over the last few weeks, the United Football Players Association has been shut out from participating in any involvement with the USFL and XFL merger. What we know of is right now is that these two major companies have come together, and there will be what is that?
50% cut
of the players' jobs. Now,
which has resulted in almost a $20 million cut from players' salary pool. $20 million.
And there's nothing being added to the salaries going into the new year,
despite laying off half of the players. That's a big statement.
Now, Jeff, as a player, now I know that's USFL related, so you really. But like as a player, how do you take that with the merger talk and them, both of these league or that players union being shut out from these merger talks? Like, how do you take that as a player?
Well, I think the positive is that they're still trying to represent us, but as an association, which, to be honest, what was told to us at first with the XFL, why we didn't vote as a union, was because we was told that it'd be much better if we joined as an association than a union. So that's probably why, as an XFL, we didn't have a union in sort. So I think positive, outside looking in, like the positive is them still wanting to represent us in the association, which I feel like can still happen. Because I think it's kind of like they play the role of there being like our lawyers or something, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I completely. Big Daddy Ed is being a business guy, right? What's your take on that just dropped?
My take, I guess, would be it's probably for the best anyway, because if you're talking a new league with a merger in place, and why not have the Players Association come up with their own league and negotiate on their own behalf? I mean, the steelworkers, they're a union, yes, but what do they really know about sports and players? And I look at it as it's an eventual win all the way around as far as the solidarity of the players union, because I would think that if the players put the union together and it truly represents just them, the players, the negotiations are going to be a focus on just the players and what's best for the players union, and not get sidetracked by other contracts that have nothing to do with sports.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's a very big deal. Is that the United Steelworkers are out of this as a union, and hopefully that the Players Association that's going to be formed will actually work. Because Jeff, because you'd mentioned on some of the stuff about the finances and stuff like that, and the certain individual on Twitter who's always on your feed, who in my opinion can't hold the candle to you. I think you're probably faster than he is and probably ran a better 40 than he did.
Really?
But
Just get on with it, man. Just get on with it, dude. You
you
just
know,
rambling.
he's saying that, that's XFL stuff. That's not USFL stuff. Now, you knew some guys in the USFL, right?
Right.
By the contract that you've seen, or from what you talked about with the guys in the USFL, in your opinion, what was the better contract and the more fair contract?
I think what it was. I think our win bonus was more. Their money per game was more. But what they don't realize is, in America, like the more money you make, the more taxes get taken out anyway. So it might have looked good that they was making more per game, but they was probably getting more taxes taken out of. Because obviously it was in Texas, so we was in a no no state tax stop. So maybe the money. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, maybe the money was equal. To be honest, like I think the money maybe was equal. To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you were busy because we were supposed to go on at 8. You said that 9 o'clock was too late for you. Because I know we're going to bring in the fans here shortly to start getting their opinions. But I want to ask you, does anybody else have a question? Because I have like one more.
Go ahead, ask yours.
Ask away.
Okay. I completely forgot what I was going to say. What an idiot.
Really? You serious right now?
I
really so serious
did.
right now?
No, I got it. So now the 4 teams that are left, that we're talking the 4 biggest fan bases that are here. Now, listen, you know the right answer to say, Jeff, is to say, I want to play for all of them. But each one of us is going to go and give our pick who we think you should play for. And I'll start. I think you should come to the Battlehawks. Daddy Ed, who do you think?
I'll make that 2.
All right. Hyena?
Make that 3.
Hey, I think it should be the Vegas Vipers still, man. Listen.
Oh.
I think it still should be.
Ain't no team.
No.
Where you want me to go? Ain't no team to play for out there.
I know, man, but that's what I'm saying. Like, my point is they should still have you with that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what I'm hearing is, okay, listen, this is what I'm hearing is, guys, because I think it makes sense. Like, yeah, right now it's looking like obviously it's bad that everybody losing their job. So that's something I do not want to happen. But it's just like right now, one league can finally get maybe the NFL to come in, you know what I'm saying, to sponsor us. Then after that, then we can start adding those teams back. You know what I'm saying? We start adding those teams back. Then you may be thinking deeper. You might have people that can start investing in different franchises. You know what I'm saying? So
listen,
I think right now, small picture is messed up. Like I would much rather be in Vegas. I wanted one more year in Vegas. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a real lit city.
Thank you.
But I think like after this season, you know what I'm saying, then we can start bringing teams back. And then we had one league. Now you're looking at like, oh, it's not the NFL finally got a minor league. You know what I'm saying? Now we get
I'm not just say this. Dirty. I want you to give me my credit.
The mayor just said never say never until official league press release is posted. And you're right.
Everything is fake news.
And you're right.
I know who did that.
But Jeff, out of the 4 teams, and I don't want you to say what team you would prefer to play for, okay? But what is something memorable or something good about each one of the 4 teams that are still left? That is true.
What's that noise?
That's Daddy Ed laughing over his
I can't help myself. I'm sorry. That was funny.
But you say something good about each 4 teams that's left?
Yeah, supposedly, because it's not official.
Okay, I got you. All right, San Antonio, you got a head coach who arguably like a Hall of Fame wide receiver. So I think that'll be good to be able to learn from him. You know what I'm saying, from a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Then that'll be in a good Arlington. Not even gonna lie, Louise is there. That's a QB that we share a lot of connection with during the season. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much threw me most of my touchdowns this year. Me and him real close. So, and then obviously Coach Stoops up there. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma guy. St. Louis, come on now, Dome, best fans, get to play in front of 40,000 people. Like, come on now, like that'll bring me back to my college days. Like that'll be such a fun atmosphere. And then DC, great head coach, man, a guy that I know a lot of his players speak highly of, you know what I'm saying, run through a brick wall for him. So I think that'll be another guy that I love to be able to learn from. You know what I'm saying? Go to battle with. So all 4 teams literally got such great things to offer. So like I said, I'll be good with any one of them.
Right now, if God forbid you don't make it through the XFL and you get put into the crossover, right? There's only one team, and just to let you know, the mayor wanted to let you know that Tennessee is also a no income tax state. So you're going to go to the Memphis Showboats, and
If you go there, man, hey, we making a trip.
right,
Making
yeah,
a
it
trip.
don't matter.
Wherever I'm at.
I already said if Jeff Badette goes to Memphis, I will be at every single home game for Memphis.
Why do I have this eerie feeling that you're going to DC? Why? I don't know why. Probably because my dad and I had to sit there and watch that DC game in misery. But I don't know why. But please do not go there. Do not
Hey,
go there.
you don't get a choice in that. Listen.
I know I'm saying. No,
as you sit there with a Viper hat on.
Listen.
That hat clean.
Right.
We'll find out how tight we are.
Look,
dude, what, Daddy Ed?
We'll find out how tight we are.
All right, so a question just dropped in. Do you think with them removing half of the teams, it would be hard to make it to a season 2? Just saying, if fans don't have a team to root for, will they still attend games and buy merchandise? I guess that's for you, Jeff. So we're gonna ask you that. Do you think by removing that half of the teams will make it hard to make a season 2?
What they mean by make it hard to make a season 2?
Like, because right now they're removing half the teams on both sides. You know, there's going to be 4 from what is being said, 4 on one side, 4 from the other, and that's what they're going to name the quote unquote conferences. I'm seeing, so that's where I was kind of weird off by that. But do you think it'll be hard, you know, for them cutting those teams, you know, and then you playing with those 8 teams to get it to another season 2 where it has a chance as a future, even that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we like in such a tough situation right now, man, with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, losing jobs and stuff like that. So I think it's just pretty much, I guess fans is gonna have to go and try to bandwagon to other fans, and then I think it's also gonna come down to like marketing, how good like this league can start marketing teams, you know what I'm saying, to build it back up. So I don't think it's gonna be hard because people just really just want to watch football. But like I said, it just sucks at the end of the day that like a lot of people are losing their jobs.
Well, we're still gonna represent whether the team is there or not. It doesn't matter. We're still gonna represent because we all love the XFL. So
now, look, I've been saying this, and Jeff, please elaborate as a player on this. I've said this. It's not about one team or the other. Who has the biggest fan base? Who does this? Who does that? All of that stuff, right? It takes all of us fans to support this league, or spring football is dead.
Right.
So explain to people why they should support spring football.
I mean, like I said, like if you just love the sport of football, like I think it's just pretty much self-explanatory. And then pretty much too, like, you know, that long haul from after the Super Bowl where like people just, it's kind of like a homesick feeling when football is away. So just being able to continue to have football in the springtime, I think is a great thing. Like I remember spring football in high school, and then, you know, colleges have spring football. Not so much they playing against somebody else, but they still have like spring football. So I think just being able to have like a professional spring football league is just great for the sport. Like I said, football is an American sport. Like everybody loves football. So I think whoever's playing in it, like it's still high level talent guys. Like it's a lot of the guys that's playing in the spring football league can easily play on Sundays. Like what I mean, like easily. So like I said, it's just pretty much self-explanatory. Like if you love football, you'll love spring football.
There you go. The one and only, the great Jeff Badette. Now, Jeff, the rest of this show is going to be nothing but a bunch of speculation that I'm going to do, and me and Daddy Ed, the great Karnak's going to do. So we don't want to get you in trouble in that, saying you got wrapped up in a bunch of speculation.
Nah, man, I was glad I was able to come on here, man. Like I said, man, before Christmas, you know, happy holidays, happy New Year to you guys.
Definitely happy holidays.
Thank you, Jeff, so much for coming on.
Pretty sure I know I'm going to see you guys again, for sure.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
Viking jerseys are coming your way. I just don't have them in my hands yet.
All right, no, don't worry. I got the Sharpie ready to sign.
Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Just my name, man. I ain't really too hard to find, but don't really come looking for me because I ain't really got nothing for you guys. Nah, but yeah, you can just find me by my name on all social media. I ain't nothing too special. It's literally just my name.
Yeah, especially man. I ain't gonna lie. I did like the little the comeback that you gave to one Mark Thompson of the Houston Gamblers, man, because he was
Yeah, man,
coming
he's
for
a.
you,
No,
man.
I'm saying he's a. No, no, I don't want to get it wrong. Like he's a great player.
No, don't get into
I
it.
was about to say, you know, I think he led that league in like touchdown. Like he's such a great player. It's just like sometimes, bro, he be saying a little bit too much now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of his stuff be speculation too, blase, blase. But like I think, like I said, we just need to. A lot of us was just needed some answers. You know what I'm saying? It's just time is clicking. It's already the end of December. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us just wanted some information. So. I'm probably getting some pushback for posting that email earlier, but like I said, like I'm just trying to look out for the players, you know what I'm saying, look out for everybody else, because like I said, it's going to be a real quick turnaround where January is literally right around the corner. So like I said, just want to be able to put out some information, and then I just want to sit back and just let everything unfold, really.
And Jeff,
Yeah,
as the fans, like, and all of us, we appreciate you doing that, because with us feeling like we're kind of like left in the dark, it's just nice to
Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
refreshing to hear something.
right, and it's like you should see like how the players feel, you know what I'm saying, because it's like our livelihoods are like on stake, you know what I'm saying, so we
which
just
led
trying
to
to.
the statement and stuff. One question before you
Yeah, you
go,
feel
man.
me? Like,
Well, I
yeah,
was going to give
you
him
got
an
it.
NFL question too from one
That's
of
what
the
I was
fans.
gonna do too.
Oh,
I
is that
was
what
gonna
you're going to do? This is
I was gonna do it
from
too.
this. Now, this Jeff, we never talk NFL, but there is one guy. He sees that you're wearing your Commander stuff, so he's asking this. Jeff, who do you think should be the Commanders' next head coach?
Man, I think they should let Bieniemy get a try, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's who
He's
he
a,
says right
you know what I'm
there.
saying? He's a, like this. This is when I knew this is when I knew Bieniemy was a real good coach. Is when I was hearing the pushback he was getting about being too hard on players. That's literally what type of coaches that we need in that society. You know what I'm saying, coaches that want the best out of you. They're not doing it because it's like personal. All that they're just doing it because they want to see the best out of you. So I think once I was seeing that information came out, like, oh yeah, he's a perfect coach to be there, because you should want a coach that want the best out of you, you know what I'm saying, who pushes you hard to come up and show up, you know what I'm saying. You getting paid a lot of money to ball, so put the work in, you know what I'm saying, and let's go win games. So I think Bieniemy should get a shot. At least
All right.
Yeah, is that not what
at
Eric
least a
said?
shot, you know what I'm saying? At least a shot.
All right, it's week 16. We're getting close to the end, man. Who are your two Super Bowl picks?
We're going
Man,
another.
it's crazy. It's so crazy because my two Super Bowl picks is playing Monday. It's crazy. I had the 49ers. I literally had the 49ers and the Ravens. Like that was my Super Bowl. Like it's just so
Hey,
crazy how they balling right now. So
yeah.
I hope this is a Super Bowl preview right here.
No
Listen,
Vikings.
I
What a
try to
hater.
tell y'all, man. I tried to. Hey,
You gotta
and
be
I told you.
sometimes we gotta be a realist, man. We gotta put the bias
No
aside
Vikings.
and just be a realist.
Hater.
Right there,
Ain't no
Purdy.
Vikings. Hey, Vikings out.
I
Stop.
can hold out hope. I
Good.
can
Hold out.
hope.
Hold out as
Okay.
long as you want.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
they ain't
yeah.
going
You're
nowhere.
definitely.
All
You
right.
and Daddy Ed can stay because they ain't going nowhere.
All right, Jeff. Thank you for joining us, brother. Merry Christmas. Happy New
Merry
Year
Christmas,
to
my
you.
guys. Happy New Year.
We
Thank
will
you,
Thank
be
you.
Yeah, man.
Jeff.
Happy
seeing you.
holidays to you, sir.
We will be
All right.
seeing you March 30th in the Battle Hawk uniform,
Hey,
catching
we'll see you
balls.
somewhere. We hope to see you somewhere.
I'm
See me
just telling you,
somewhere.
I'm putting it out in the ether. He's coming to the Battle Hawks with Ben DiNucci
Yep.
and Pearson, and they're going to be the.
Yep. And that is that. Thank you, Jeff, so much, man, for coming on the show tonight, man. And you have a good night, man.
All
Happy
right, man. See
holidays.
you
Okay.
guys. Happy holidays. See you guys.
Bye, Jeff.
That is
Same to you.
Bye, Jeff.
that's Jeff Bedette. Glad to have him on the show
I love
today.
how I
And
mute it.
yeah, because you're gonna ramble, because that's what
Because
you're
you got
about
a
to
big
do. And
mouth,
you know it.
bro.
You're supposed to ramble
Big
on and
mouth.
on and on and on and on and on.
Big mouth.
Look, Arlington, right? Thank you. Right here.
Denzel's about to get
You know
blocked.
what? Denzel and Champ, past your bedtime. Go to bed.
Denzel is about to get
Nobody
blocked, dude.
asked you.
Hey, dude, I will remove you from this freaking show if you keep it up.
So I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
You guys are just garbage, man. Like, I hate it. Nah.
I mean, headlines even say "Dirty's always right." Even Corey agrees.
Corey does not agree. Who made that? Who
Corey did.
made
He
that?
sent that over to me. He sent that over to me.
You made that and
Pay
you
him.
know it,
Somebody
man.
No,
paid him.
Corey
Man.
sent that over to me
paid
and
him.
said, "Hey, look, you're always right. Here you go." You know,
Hey,
so
always
let's
good to
get
have.
to it. It's been a minute since we've even
Yeah.
done an X-Fan show or a B-Hawk live show.
Because there hasn't been nothing to talk about. That's why.
No,
Nothing.
And now we do. Daddy Ed, look, he keeps putting up his envelope to his forehead.
All right, is it time? Is it time now, man?
Are you wanting to reveal it now,
Envelope
Daddy Ed?
for
Is that what you're
what?
wanting to do?
Well,
What's
it's
this
not
envelope about?
official, but I just as well tell you what it's going to be because I've had it in this titanium bonded tape sealed envelope now for how many weeks?
You go to the dollar store.
And
they
then,
got 30 of them.
everybody kept it dirty, but how many times were we told we didn't know what the hell we were talking about, and we're bringing both
Uh-oh.
leagues back, and it's going to be
Wait.
a 16 team, everybody's playing.
It's coming. There it is.
Well, I nailed the college football playoffs, okay?
Oh, here you go with that.
So
Let
I
that
just
go.
want to let you guys see the big reveal so that when it actually comes out, I don't have to hear it any more crying. You already know.
I think January is where we at now.
Well, I mean, let's really look at this. I mean, Arlington, I think I've been told I've been
Wait a
wrong.
minute now.
January of, I think I'm 2019, correct, Arlington? I think, right? All right, Daddy Ed. Here is his great Karnak reveal. You didn't do the Karnak bit like
You gotta do the joke. You gotta do the joke. Yeah, you gotta do the joke.
I can't say. I don't want to ruin. I can't. I got to show you the paper.
No, you.
It's from the dollar.
I'm gonna show you the
30 envelopes.
you
from
guys
the
won't
dollar
think
store
it's
for
real.
$1.25.
Okay, for the USFL, what do I have on this sheet?
Oh God. You have New Jersey Generals.
No, I got
Philadelphia
Birmingham
Stars.
Stallions, Memphis Showboats, and Michigan Panthers.
Uh-huh.
Then for
You're
the
missing a team.
XFL, I
You're missing
have
a team.
Arlington Renegades, San Antonio Brahmas, DC Defenders, and St. Louis Battlehawks. And who do I have as the independent team?
Oh, wait, the what?
That's an independent.
Independent, Houston.
Oh.
Okay?
He had a dream last night,
And
y'all.
so-
And that was his dream.
so here's the
Houston
deal.
was an
You know,
independent team.
As we talk about marketing, let's just be real. Let me do a little role play here, okay?
I'm scared.
Here's the new merged UFL addressing the fan base of the XFL USFL.
Okay.
Knowing full well that there's two teams that were assigned to Houston, we know going forward in this new merger that we are only going to be able to accommodate one Houston team. So realizing that there's two fan bases, granted one only has like 10 people, but the other one has thousands, in an effort to combine the fan bases to get behind one team going forward, here is what we're going to do. We are stripping the name Houston Gamblers. We are stripping the name Houston Roughnecks.
Uh-huh.
We are going to play the 2024 season as the Houston football team. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the fans decide what this new team is going to be named.
Own something.
So over the 2024 season, as a fan base, we're going to root for them, but we're going to decide on a name. And when we decide on that name, that is going to be the name we go forward with in 2025. Don't think
Something.
that you wouldn't have had one big hug of the Houston fan bases. Life would have been great. And I don't even have a marketing degree, and I come up with that in like 5 minutes. Okay? So you tell me that the Houston football team, you could still have the Predators. You know, they're just going to be the Predators football fans. And you can have the Big Rig, still's going to be the Big Rig football fan for the 2024 season, and then look out the year after that. But they can't even get that right.
Oh.
So
Okay.
here we are. But just remember, I nailed it, just like I said. And also, at the beginning of the year, before any of this even happened, I said they should have an XFL division, a USFL division. The two winners play each other for the championship. Oh, and lo and behold, what's going to happen? You heard it here first. Everything else is
Fake news. Fake news.
You got to believe it's nothing but.
It's fake news.
That's right.
That is Daddy is right, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
now
Tonight.
you've got the college football playoffs that I nailed. You got the XFL, USFL, UFL that I nailed. So what else you want to talk about? The MVP, it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. I'll triple down. Okay?
And he done went whole
Christian
bottom
McCaffrey.
line now.
XFL, USFL, if you need a marketing director or an accountant, please call Ed
My
Poyer.
God, it ain't even that hard.
Hell,
Just imagine if I went to college for 4 years. My God.
Hey,
Look out. I mean, ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
That hat does not fit on his head.
hey, listen.
right.
That
Hey,
was the best.
that was speaking of marketing. And now listen. The Duchess of
Come
Bergen
on.
County is now the chief marketing officer of the New
Stop
York Islanders.
it.
Well, that's
Stop
gonna be a shame because the New York Islanders are gonna suck even worse than the Blues.
Hey,
now.
That's mean.
But anyway,
Answer my question, all three of you. With
Yeah.
my marketing plan, would that not have worked?
well, I
with
mean,
the
it would
Houston fan base?
definitely be better than Janet's marketing plan that she had for 2023. It definitely would be
And
better.
all I can hear is being said is I only work with what I had. I bet you that's gonna be the term.
Listen,
That's
here's
gonna be
my
what's
here's my
said.
thing. If the marketing team is not on their game this season, I'm sorry. I don't know more to tell you. You've had all this ample time with all this in between time, a merger and all this stuff, right? All this waiting
And a
time.
lot of
What are y'all doing?
and okay, we starting the
Now
grievances
wait.
now, right? That's
Are
what
we
we've been doing,
starting
right?
Festivus for the grievances?
Because Daddy Ed started the grievances,
Eddie had
right?
started it, so here we go. We're gonna. I'll copy the link over, Arlington. Are you ready?
All right.
I
All right,
copied
folks.
it.
If you want to get in,
You guys want to get in on the
the
festive?
link
All right,
is there.
take it away, Arlington.
If you want, all right. If you want to get in, on this, we about to put the link out. You can click the link, and you can come on in and air your grievances. Guarantee. Try to make me laugh as bad as Ed did. All right, we're gonna give you some time. And you can air your grievances. Keep it clean, and if you don't, we kicking you out, and you getting banned. We'll close you out getting banned for the year. That's cool. We cool with that. All right, let's go. You ready to come in?
I mean, there's
Open
the link.
sesame.
The link is up.
Open sesame, baby.
Where's the mayor at? The mayor should come on here.
The mayor,
I want to hear
mayor's
what he
been
has to
chiming
say.
in.
The mayor has been.
I
chiming
know.
in
I
tonight.
want to
He's
see
been
his
chiming
face
in
come
tonight.
on here and tell
So
us
right
what he
here it
thinks.
says, "When do you guys think they'll drop the first commercial with real football?"
Well, here's the thing now. It's
playoff.
not going to be considered that. This is
Right.
going to be we're united together as one. That's
Exactly.
what it's going to be. It ain't going to have nothing to do with real football. That's been thrown out the window.
Even
That's
though it's not, because you're going to have the USFL against
right.
the
You still going to
XFL.
have
So it's united, but not.
what's proposed is that you're going to have the XFL against the USFL. That's the conferences.
That's not
Right.
united.
right now. But
Remember-
this is what I was.
Remember
ahead.
where you heard it first.
Okay. Yeah,
Remember
we got you.
Where
Daddy,
you heard it first.
He said his health is not a video quality. Okay, we understand. We understand.
Yeah.
The new league, this is Davis. The new league has to make a concerted effort to make market and build up the non-STL teams, especially USFL teams. Here's my thing with this, as Dirty slips away. My thing is, you have 8 markets now, and all of them will have something, somewhere to play in, which would be great. That means fans can make opportunities to take trips and play at these different venues. That's if what's out there is true. That means we'll have 8 viable venues to work with. All right. We got our first person here from the Player 54 podcast, Michael Lathrop. Good evening, Michael. Happy
Michael, hi,
holidays,
Michael.
man.
Hey.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. What would you
Hello.
like to air out today?
8 teams.
8 teams.
Really? 8 teams.
Yes.
Why? I mean, we waited this whole time for 8 teams. That's all I got to say. I really don't. 8 teams. 8 freaking teams.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it PC. I don't know how we waited for this merger for 8 teams.
All right. All right, sir. Thank you so much.
But
Happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays.
All right.
but what's to say that the other 8 being on standby? What's to say next year it's not 10 or 12?
Yeah, the
You know
mayor
what?
does have a
And
point,
the next
though.
year
Who
it's
said
14. What's
Who
wrong
said
with building slow? Why do we always got to have everything we want
And
right
I
away?
understand that. I understand that wholeheartedly. Like I would like to see it being built up like that, but it's like we starting over all over again. You couldn't have jumped off with 10 or 12 the first go round. You know what I mean? Like, I understand where they're trying to go with this, but it's like you just cut jobs and you just cut ties with coaches and players. I heard it on what's my man show, Analyze and Educate with Patrick Ruffino, and so I'm
Well,
sitting here, I'm like, why
let
we
me.
got to start over again, man?
Yeah, and and I've said on an earlier show that I don't agree with how they keep starting and reinventing the wheel every year, whatever. I've mentioned that, but
Yes,
let's play devil's advocate for 1 second. Yes, you're going to have less football players, so you've got a lot of players that are going to have to look for other ways to make a living. But if you had 16 teams and you go down to 8 in year 1, now granted, hopefully we build on that, but would you not venture to say that the quality of the football this year will be, I would be willing to bet that it's going to be better. You're talking 16 teams down to 8. You're keeping the best of the best. I would think that it's going to do nothing but increase the quality of the play that we're going to see. Now, hopefully we can get bigger, but what's wrong with baby steps? Why do we always got to take the giant leap?
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got another guest coming in. They chimed in. Here's Princess Grace. Princess Grace, are you there? We can't see you. Hello. You got 3 seconds to get some light around. If not, we're gonna say goodbye.
3, 2, 1. Bye. See ya. You're gone. You're gone. I just kicked you out.
We need to see you. We need to see
Yeah,
you.
whatever. Hey, here's an interesting thing right here with sorry, I had to compose myself. I got yeah,
Are you
anyway.
okay?
Yeah. We're good. Vince makes a good point. Are we going to get the stadium entrance numbers next year? It would be interesting to see if the USFL conference can fill seats.
If what is being put out is totally true, if they're going to be, that means we're going to have venues for all 8 teams. If what's putting out there, there's going to be venues for all 8 teams, which means this go around, we'll have everybody was going to have a place to play. We can find out about attendance. If that's what's true. All right. So all the teams that we name, right? Arlington has a venue, DC has a venue, St. Louis has one, San Antonio, right? Then on the other side, well, whatever Houston is going to be, they are going to pretty much have a venue, right?
This is literally laughable to me. This is laughable. We have not heard, we haven't heard anything from The Rock and Danny
Only seen pictures.
at all.
If everyone would probably agree on the merger that Fox controlled the merger. If that's the case, then evidently the XFL must have been looked down pretty positively because number one, they're talking Arlington is the hub, which is XFL. They're talking about every team playing in their home venue this year. That's an XFL thing, not the USFL. So far, everything we've heard is mirroring what the XFL was doing. So,
Van, we're only saying this from what has been seen. We're not saying this is official. If
We're
it's
just saying
8,
what CBS.
if this is what is being said, 8, then that's the 8 that we're looking at. And
Mhm.
I don't get me wrong. I ain't got no problem with the other cities.
We hope it's
getting
10.
season
That would
tickets.
be
We
great.
want it to be more. I
Yeah.
want more in this. I don't want it to be just 8 because it seemed like we starting over. Just like Mike said, all he said was 8 teams, and that's where we back to.
Right.
So
Now, look, here's
what
what
I'm
I'll
saying.
say. I've been saying it privately to the 3 of you guys, and now I'm going to say it publicly now, right here on this show.
How amazing I am. Thank you.
He's airing his
Super.
grievances.
I'm airing
Love
my
it.
grievance. I'm airing my grievance. Here's what we've seen since 01. 01, we saw the XFL fail. 2020 came around, minus COVID. We saw the XFL fail. Arlington, bring yourself back in because we knew they were going to pull the plug after the 2020 season for the XFL. Vince wasn't coming back with the 2021 season. It was done. One and done again. One and
Correct.
done again. Right?
Correct.
We knew it. And so this merger, if they don't strike this thing out of the water, you can bring everybody else back on. If they don't knock this out of the park, this is another one and done league, and we will not be talking about this come 2025. That's exactly how I see it.
No, and I'm glad Chris brought that up. Here's the other thing: is if they're mentioning that Arlington is the hub, who has ties to the Arlington, Dallas market? Daryl Johnston. So why do you think, as much as we want to sit here and say Birmingham would be a better hub, Texas is, and I think Jeff Badette said it himself, that there's no taxes. There are no state taxes.
Yeah, the
They're
mayor
just
said
federal.
that.
And the mayor said it. No, he said Tennessee was also that.
Yeah,
But-
Tennessee and DC.
But if they're putting a hub in one of those states, that means they're going to get to keep a majority of their money. They don't have to pay extra state taxes to go along with that as well. So, but Daryl Johnston has ties to Dallas, so it would make sense as a hub. Dallas is a bigger city than Birmingham. This is not a knock on Birmingham. This is not a knock on what Birmingham did during USFL season. They put a lot of money into it. Fox put a lot of money into it. There's nothing wrong with that. They did a fantastic job. Birmingham is a sports city. Let's get something straight. It is a sports city. They deserve it. They should have it. But putting it as a hub, that's that.
Well,
I
look,
think that's that.
Look, like right here, what Vince says right here, Dallas is a transportation hub, right? We know that Fox has a very big, major headquarters in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Fox Corporation does, right? We know that. So it makes sense. If it is the hub, it makes sense for it to be in Arlington because it is the cheaper place to fly out of. Yeah, I mean, like right here, like the mayor says, I was pulling it up, that American Airlines is a key component to Arlington. American is based out of Dallas. Transportation costs are greatly reduced because team flights have no deadhead miles. And that's true.
There's the links.
True.
If you want to get in,
want to come on and air your grievance.
we want to see some light around if you decide you want to get on.
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is this, is I hope that they do something. Like you see certain teams that work with their local fan bases. Like it's San Antonio. You see them working with their fan bases, right?
Mm-hmm. They just did an event a month ago.
Right. Birmingham works with their fan base.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? The little bit of the fan base that they had in Michigan works with their fan bases. DC works with their fan bases. I don't know about Arlington so much. St. Louis definitely doesn't work with me. So I don't know about the fan.
Wow. You sat there.
You work with the rest of us. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
right, yeah, they work with the rest of you, just not me.
That's why I said during all of this middle time, this is where the marketing team should be doing the most work. Now, obviously, they can't do anything about it now. My dog, I'm sorry. Obviously, they can't do anything about it now, but that's my dog. Obviously, my dog doesn't want to talk to me.
Let's look at it. We have the X-Fan Legion, all of that stuff, but let's look at the USFL. Let's look at the USFL. This is the USFL podcast with Stefan and Zach. How the USFL greatly worked with them and saw the benefit that they had for their league. Yeah. And they're ran by a
summer stock. They were able to do all of that stuff. They're
run by a major corporation. You know what I'm saying? See, like right here, he said, the mayor said that San Antonio and Arlington were both at the Fiesta, the Frisco Bowl this week.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Sally,
You know,
stop.
I mean, look,
Stop.
it's going to be interesting to see how this whole new league is set up.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely, man. And that's the main thing. And there is nothing wrong with, like I said, all 8. If there are the 8 cities, they got venues, right? Now, with that
Well,
being
I've said
said,
it right here.
wait.
Put it up there. I've said it. I've
Yeah,
said
I
it.
know. We know you said that crap. You said
They're out.
Nobody cares whether you said it, bro. Nobody
They
cares.
are out. I'm not alluding to it. The Rock and Danny are out.
Good. Thank you for letting us know. What I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted was the simple fact of there.
I don't know what happened to his microphone.
All
It
right,
just
for
quit
real.
working.
Back to the XFL.com, you can see the transactions. You're seeing teams like Seattle and Vegas and Orlando still signing players or getting letters of intent for players. So who is to say that they
Letters of
aren't
intent
out?
right now mean absolutely
League.
nothing. Nothing. I don't know what it's like getting a report card back from the principal at school. Stupid. It makes no sense right now. I don't understand. Letters of
Believe
intent
me,
are ridiculous
Believe me,
right
she
now. They
went
mean
through
nothing.
all high school thinking her report card was stupid. Believe me.
Yes,
Believe me. I know. She
Shut up, Dirty.
there was nothing taken seriously about the report card at all.
No,
Listen,
Danielle,
I'm not having that conversation with you.
Where's your fake news button on her report card? Because I'm sure that was
It's fake news. Fake news.
Well, some of us graduated high school and some didn't. But anyway,
Oh,
I am not
we
going to
throwing
go
more
there right
shade?
now. Anyway, what I'm talking about is the fact that
Oh,
It-
really?
they
Look,
mean
yeah,
nothing
we're
right
going
now.
to change the name back.
Does that mean we get to go back to that?
I mean, why not, right?
I mean,
now
no.
this I take offense to. This I take offense to. And I'm going to explain it to you. Why?
Okay.
Now, see, now here comes another Festivus for grievances for me.
You're going to have them as we go along anyway.
Oh,
What am I tripping?
Yeah,
Hey,
see,
keep in mind that he's really a Battlehawks fan before he says what he's going to say.
you're right. I am.
Okay.
I am. But here's the
He's a
thing.
realist.
Hey, thank you. Here's the reason why, David. No other fan base likes the Battlehawk fan base because they think you guys are all pretentious, condescending. They think you're assholes. They think we're a joke. They think we're stupid. They can care less that we put 40,000 in the stadium. Guess what? So did the XFL. The XFL didn't care that we put 40,000 in the stadium because if they did, guess where their championship game would have been? In St. Louis. They don't care about that. The XFL didn't care about the fans. They didn't. They only the USFL has proven it's not about the fans. The fans cost them money. It's about TV ad revenue. So you want this league to survive? Go and buy merchandise from the other teams. Go and
Here's the
support
deal, though. I
other
call
teams.
bullshit on that. I'm sorry, but I
Call
call bullshit on
all
that.
you
Because
want
here's
is
the deal.
truth.
Without
See,
the
right here,
fans,
look.
you have nothing, dude. Without the fans, you have nothing.
Really?
I'm
Really?
calling bullshit on that. I'm sorry, but
Really?
okay. Where
Really?
did Fox? Okay, stop
Really? Because
talking.
the
I
USFL
know you're
did
gonna-
something. The USFL did something, didn't they? The USFL did something.
This is what you do. This
The
is what you
USFL
do.
did
You're
something,
gonna
didn't they? Didn't they? They
you're
made
gonna listen to me for the first
no, they
time
made
in a
money.
long time, dude. Here's the deal. NFL,
We can't hear
all
you.
of the leagues, any of that. Yes, you can hear me, and I will tell you right now. The NFL, soccer, baseball, don't care what it is. They would not have a name without those fans sitting in those seats. They wouldn't have the seats without the fans. They cannot provide to have the seats without the fans. Bottom line, dude. So for you to
USFL
sit
did
there
it.
and say,
USFL did it.
excuse me,
USFL
Fox
did it.
Sports wouldn't be Fox Sports if it didn't start from the beginning, which is with the fans. I'm sorry, but the Amazon, the guy that started Amazon, would he be as big as he is right now without everybody buying from Amazon? Absolutely not. So I'm not going to sit here and say without
Hey,
the
read the
fans,
comment.
they
Hey,
don't
hey.
care.
Hey, relax there.
I don't
Relax
care.
there, Kimo Sabe. Read the comment. It's right here. It's this. It's the ad revenue. It's the ad revenue.
And who watches that ad revenue, bro? Who watches
Okay.
it? Who?
But yeah, thank you, Eric. Tell her to breathe. Tell her to breathe. Tell her to breathe. The USFL. Here's all I'm
Watching
saying.
football, it doesn't matter. Without the
Hyena.
people sitting in the living room watching it, DVRing it, whether they're there or not, they will not
right.
have the numbers
Look.
without that. It doesn't
Listen,
matter.
no,
You have to have the
I'm
fans
with
in order
Amanda
for it
on
to
this
happen.
one.
You
This
guys,
the
look,
reason.
you can, but it's
Listen,
proven.
listen.
The USFL
No, it wasn't
proved it.
proven.
Yes, it
wasn't
was.
proven. Do you think you say the ad revenue because Fox? What you saying? Fox has a bigger ad revenue than
What do you?
ESPN and ABC. Is that what you're saying?
You can, Ted, please show me where it says you're not getting ad revenue, because you are. They still got ad revenue from the TV ad revenue that they played during those commercials.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
All I'm saying is this, okay?
Question. When it comes to this show, right? This is called the
Mhm.
X what?
X-Fan
Fan.
Legion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And without the fans, you have what show?
Because
No
we
show,
care
bro.
what the
You
fans
have
think.
no show. I don't
Hold
want
on.
to hear it right now.
We
Bye.
care what
Don't
the
wanna hear
fans think. We care what the fans think.
You do.
Right.
And ultimately, in the end, whether you want to believe it or not, the XFL, USFL, Fox Sports, NFL, all of them have to listen to somewhat of what the fans are saying,
No.
or they would not be around. I don't care. Amazon wouldn't be what they are today. Starbucks wouldn't be what they are today. None of them would be what they are today without us, the people. Thank you. Keep it moving. Next question.
Look, right here. Look. They paid for the ads with 100,000 seeing it. You don't see the TV ads in the stadiums. The stadiums cost money to run.
So So you're saying?
And how do you
telling
have
me-
the stadiums running without the money to provide for that?
that the USFL made a profit is what you're telling me, right?
It was proven. It was out there. You can go look at the business journals. The USFL made a profit.
How can you, dude? You yourself can say you think that. You know what? Now that he says it, God dog it.
If that's
No, don't go
Wait.
there.
This is what
Wait.
this is going to actually debunk your theory,
If
Amanda.
if that's the case, Dirty,
Wait. This is going to debunk his theory. The WWE made a profit with no fans in 2020. When they did their whole thing, they made a profit. And we were saying the exact same thing. How in the hell did they make a profit when they had no fans in the stands? They had no fans in the arenas, none of that, and they were doing everything out of Orlando. They pulled a profit.
Hold
And
on,
I just thought about that. I just thought about
Hold on.
that.
The reason
So
I'm
in
saying Starbucks
comparison-
and the reason I'm
Are you
saying
ready?
Amazon is because those businesses would not be what they are today without us, the people, buying from it. Are you, Chris, buying from
understand
Amazon
that.
or getting
I understand
Starbucks?
that.
Yeah, you are.
Stop.
Next.
Stop.
I understand that.
I'm gonna do this because I just pulled it up right now, and it is from Sportspedia right here. In comparison, the USFL made $7.5 million since its inception. Since its inception, the XFL lost $60 million. Go ahead, Daddy Ed.
so if that's the case, and the USFL had such a great gig, and they were such a moneymaker, then when the XFL come to them and wanted to merge, why wouldn't they just tell them to piss off? Why would they need them?
Preach.
Why would they even care about the XFL if they're making all this money doing their nobody in the seat games? If they got such a great deal going, why do they need the XFL then?
I hate Dirty. Wait, shut up, Dirty. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this for this again. WWE in 2020, when they had no one, they were doing a whole they were in the performance center. Their ad
Eric
revenue.
Martu, we need you.
Their ad revenue was very high. That's why they were able to continue to make money, despite the fact not a single fan was inside those arenas. And they did the whole thing with the they even got revenue for when they did the Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
And that was still with no fans inside the arena. And I hate it because he's right. He's actually freaking right. He's actually He's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hate it myself. But he's right. They
He's
can
not
make
right.
money. They
Look at
figured
the
out a way to
mayor's
do it.
comment down there. Look at the mayor's comment down there. He's
Yeah.
saying St. Louis was profitable. But if you talk to this guy up here, all he wants to talk about is how much money St. Louis lost.
It wasn't as
it wasn't
profitable
St.
as he
Louis.
said it was.
This was the XFL. This was the
It
XFL.
wasn't as
losing money.
No. Dirty was been clamoring all these months
No,
about
see,
St.
here's what
Louis
I
losing
said.
money. And don't try and backtrack now, Dirty, because it ain't going to work.
St. Louis was not as profitable as
No,
they
you
hoped it
did
would be.
not.
And I said that they barely broke even with St. Louis because that's what happened is they barely broke
So that's
even
smart.
with
Let's
St.
open
Louis.
the 400s when we weren't
Hey,
profitable.
that's what I'm
That
saying.
makes a lot of sense,
The
doesn't it?
only reason why St. Louis was not profitable as much as they could have been is because you even alluded to it weeks ago when you made the comment that they were strapped by previous deals from other years that they had to make good on. That don't count operational income. You can throw all that bull crap you want into it and get rid of the income. That's what nonprofits do. They get rid of the income.
Listen, it must have because the day after that championship, Jerry was telling Russ, call the XFL. I just lost a shit ton of money and I need to get it back.
You're talking about now. You're talking.
Now you speculating on that.
That was reported by Mike Mitchell. I didn't speculate on that. That was
he went up to him the next day and said. So he went up to him the next day and said, "Okay, St. Louis lost all this money. We need to merge." If you want to talk about the XFL losing money, talk about the XFL losing money. But you're so full of crap when it comes to.
I said the entire XFL lost money. You can't just.
But you tried to sell it that St. Louis lost money too, and you know you did.
No, I've said St. Louis was not as profitable as all of us St. Louis fans think it was.
You said barely broke. I told you they barely broke even because of all the baggage.
All right. Let's stop. Let's slow down. Everybody has gotten real hot and bothered with this. Right, you stirring the pot as you do it right now. But here's the thing that I want everybody to understand. Even though Dirty about said about the USFL that they made money. They did. The same thing can be said like what I said about the WWE. They did the same thing. And I hate it. And I hate it. I wanted it to be so wrong. But if they made $7 to $8 million a year, and that's profited, then they did what they were supposed to do. They didn't need fans.
Right.
And so that's why everybody is now sitting here. It was like, well, why do you need fans for this merge league? Right? Why do you need fans for this merge league? If they're not listening to it and they're going basing off of what happened with the USFL, why do they need fans? Why do they need?
Why do we have a league?
They need the XFL?
Why do we have a league then?
They didn't. Here's what we keep missing. They didn't need the XFL.
Well, then why did they keep St. Louis? Why did they keep DC? Why did they keep Arlington? Why did they keep? Because they were the most successful franchises in the XFL.
I agree with that.
Well, the XFL didn't mean anything.
They got
the USFL didn't need us. Why did they want us?
They didn't want us. That's the problem.
I wish.
These are our concessions. Here's exactly probably how it happened. The USFL didn't reach out to the XFL. The XFL reached out to them. The XFL reached out to the USFL because they lost a ton of money. They lost more than that $60 million guaranteed. So they didn't need it, but they went to the USFL and said, hey, merge with us. Let's come up with something. Let's tighten this all up because they literally thought, the XFL thought they were going to wipe the slate clean of the USFL. Daddy Ed, you put up the numbers.
Okay, let me ask you this: which league had the fans and which league didn't? Why do you think they want to merge?
Fans.
Why?
It was the viewership, and the USFL outdrew the XFL when they were playing head to head in viewership. And we had fans in the seats, but yet they still outdrew us on TVs.
When it came to networks, when it came
Yes.
to the networks, and I'm talking about ABC, CBS, NBC, we ain't talking about cable because that's FS1, that's ESPN and that. When it came to that, yes, the USFL outdrew the XFL
Well, you
on
tell
network
me.
television.
It
Yes.
doesn't
You tell
matter. You
me.
guys are missing my point. My
No.
point
tell
is
me.
that you're stop. The point is that whether you're a fan or not, if I'm watching TV and I see something that I do or do not want to watch, you think I'm going to put something on my television that I don't want to watch just for viewership? I don't think so, dude. Why?
So if you're
Obviously,
flipping
these
through the
people are
channels,
wanting to watch it for a reason. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why you guys are so about.
you're flipping through the channels. Who has a better chance of making it on your TV? A football game on Fox or a football game on FX?
Or the Hallmark Channel. Let's pick
You
one.
want to talk about viewership? You can go week to week, and there were weeks that the XFL was ahead of the USFL in viewership, or even broke even with them, and that's with games on FX.
All right, you
But
ready?
no,
Hold on. It's as simple as this: free TV versus cable. If you put your
exactly.
stuff on cable and streaming, you have to pay for it to be there. If
You
you're
have
on a
to pay
major
for
network, you don't have
everything. It
to.
doesn't matter. You have
Wait.
Not
to
if
pay
you're on a
for
major
any
network.
cable you
Not if you're
have,
on a
dude.
major
Okay.
network.
I get what she's saying, and I get what you're saying.
Please.
Because believe it or not, even with a television, even with a TV such as this, you still have to get still have to get like a little box just to watch free television. You know what I mean? You still have to get a digital box. You can't just up and turn on the TV and you can get channel 2, channel 4, channel 5.
No, right, yeah. Unless you have a
You
smart
have
TV.
to get a digital box or you have to get a cable box,
Mhm.
right? So, granted, you still have to pay for that at the end of the day. So I see Amanda's point. I get that. See, because now these days, free television ain't free anymore. Why you think they keep having these
What
carriage?
is?
Right. Why you think they having these carriage issues with saying,
Mhm.
hey, you're gonna lose your local channels on your satellite, cable, whatever.
So they could
Right.
jack your price up.
Well,
Right.
you know,
And Mike, we already, I think, unless this is
That's
something
the
new,
player.
I
That's
think
yeah.
we alluded to that earlier
Here's
in the
what I'm
show.
saying: here's what we got to realize: is if we all don't get behind this new league is gone.
Yeah, bottom line.
Plain
That's
and
all
simple.
there
It's
is to
gone.
it. Yeah.
We need to be supporting every single team.
At least for now,
Went
until
back
they
to the point
decide.
of what you said, Daddy Ed. Why did they keep the Battle Hawks, the 4 teams from the XFL? Because they knew those were their profitable teams. They could have very easily said, hey, we don't need you. You guys lost a buttload of money. You're going to even lose more next year. We'll just wait you out. We'll wait you out. But no, there's a common thread with all of this. Daryl Johnson's friends with Russ Brandon and all of these people. They said, hey, let's talk. Let's make some kind of deal. Let's work something out. Guarantee you that's how it happened.
the only comment I'll make on the mayor's comment about the attendance tainted in Seattle with the schedule, that's fine. You can say that, and I will agree. Thursday night, I mean, they had some bad games.
Yeah, they did.
But when your fan base still finishes last in viewership in the XFL, you can say what you want about when the teams, what time the games were, but your fans weren't even watching the games on TV. So, I mean, I have a hard time. As much as I liked watching Seattle play, they were an exciting team to play. But as far as Seattle's concerned, they did nothing to help their own cause. When you got a fan base that's not even watching the game on TV, I don't care if it's at 9 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon. If you don't have fan base that's going to back the team, you're not going to have a team for long. That's all I
And
got to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
what Van says is ridiculously true.
Right, yeah, right here it
About
is.
if you looked at the XFL, we go back. I have the old XFL schedule that Van sent me. The man sent me, from the old schedule. Remember, there were days they kept switching games on certain nights, and they were trying to do experiment too. Friday games, Thursday games, Monday night games. And also, you have to remember the XFL what they were up against compared to what the USFL was up against. They were able to get those slots because nothing goes on from April to June where uh, NBC didn't really have a lot going on. So it was easy for them to get the slots that they were able to get. That and cable compared to what you have on with the XFL, where they had defined slots that were open because it was already taken up due to college basketball, the NBA, the NHL that they were up against, and not to mention March Madness when it got to April. So it was difficult. That's why we got the shit show that we had.
Yeah. And look, I don't want this league to fail. I didn't want the XFL to fail. I don't want the USFL to fail. But I'll say this, Daddy Ed, because you said it earlier. The one thing we're going to get if it is the 8 teams that CBS and NBC are reporting, we're going to get some really damn competitive football.
I think we're going to see damn good football. I think it's going to be an awesome league.
Yeah.
But until everybody gets past all this, and even it appears that I even lost my cool a couple times, but until we can get past all the bitching and moaning and complaining and pointer fingering and just start enjoying spring football, we're going to keep having one and dones. Quit reinventing the wheel and just get behind the league and let's go.
And here's the thing: we just want the league to inform us of what's going on because we behind it. That's the major thing. We're behind you. You're our leader, and we're trying to follow you with what's going on with these leagues.
Help us, help you.
See, like right here, this is how they look at it when it all comes to it. Viewership first, fans, and then ratings. And then it all goes up. They're looking at that almighty dollar on the TV.
Dude, I've been telling you that. Be quiet. Keep it moving.
You just argued with me for 5
It's always been about money, dude. Keep it. This is so ridiculous. You've known that. I've told you that all the time. It's always about money. It doesn't matter what business you're in.
5 minutes about the viewership.
Next.
But hey, okay. So what we just saw, the main thing as we going into 2024, as we waiting on March 30th, 2024, is the game itself. What do you believe will the game look like? I have a feeling there's going to be a mix, and I'm not if what's being said is out there, the 1, 2, and 3 point rules are going to be out. I really don't think they're going to bring them back.
Gross.
I really don't think they're gonna bring them back. And it was exciting. It was exciting stuff. I think
they're gonna not do Thursday night games anymore. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we can give you that. I'll give you that because Thursday nights are not big when it comes into the spring. If anything, you're gonna be watching Law and Order, Law and Order Thursday on a major network. But my thing, trust me, I would love them to use the XFL rules, especially when it comes to kickoffs. And when it comes to the extra points. But I really don't think they're going to do that 1, 2, 3 point rule. I really don't think so.
So, that's the biggest question, though. How are they going? What are they going to do? How are they going to
I don't know.
Are they going to use XFL rules? What was that? St. Louis what?
Will make the playoffs because of a lack of competition. If Houston, Seattle are shelved as is being predicted on this show.
I agree with that.
I don't know. I don't know. If Arlington
they gotta have Danucci to make
if Arlington don't have what they have. Remember, DC is in this. DC still competitive.
Yeah, St. Louis pulled out a lot of games.
I smell bull.
Went the other way, so St. Louis ain't guaranteed nothing.
I smell bull on that. I'm sorry, man. That sounds like a bunch of crap to me.
Somebody earlier put it up here, right? So what if, and I can't because it's been a minute, so let me ask you guys this.
What was it about? Maybe I can help you.
It was about the conferences, like Daddy had said, who the conferences were going to be, right?
XFL, USFL.
Right. What if they did the US XFL, kind of like remember the old American League, National League rule?
The NFL. Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the designated hitter.
Crap. No.
You calm down for a second.
I was the one that mentioned that.
No, somebody else mentioned it over here
before we even got to today. I mentioned that.
You're right. Dirty's like the dog that sniffs the other dog's ass with Nucci. It's like dog number 1, dog number 2 sniffing ass. Next.
Is that puppy of yours sniffing your ass?
Not right now. Next.
Where's your little puppy?
Who
I
said that?
don't know.
Max will help say
Yeah,
that.
right, Max Borgie, baby. The Christian McCaffrey
Hey,
of the
listen.
Yeah,
XFL.
right here. JR said it right here. He said he did like 40 minutes ago.
But here's the thing. Okay, well, put it back up, JR. But I
Put it
want to
back in
tell
the-
you that I said this when they were talking about merging. When there was talks about the merging, this was 6 months ago, that the XFL would go against the USFL and it would be something like an NFL versus AFL back in the 60s. The only difference is it would be within instead of being without. Like you had your NFL season, your AFL season, and the champions will face off against each other. Because remember, the AFL was up against the NFL. That's the only difference with that. But I would not mind seeing an XFL conference and a USFL conference and see who the
Here it
better
is, right
team
here.
is. I agree. I think XFL home teams, you got to play XFL rules, and the USFL home teams, you got to play their rules. So that means if what's being said is out there, Michigan, Birmingham, Memphis,
Just like that worked for NFL, right? Ain't nobody can get the rules right in
Yeah, right, it
NFL.
worked for
All the
Major League
officials
Baseball
can't
for
even get it
years.
right in NFL.
exactly. Like it's like Major League Baseball, American League, parks. You had to play the DH, and the NL you had to play the pitcher. I don't see what's wrong with that one.
I don't either. I like it. I think it'd
I
be
like
good.
that. I like that. You have to play XFL rules and XFL against the
Okay,
XFL home
here.
teams.
Everybody,
Nobody can keep
so
it straight.
let's talk about
Come on,
let's
dude.
talk
It's
about
just
week
different
one.
and something and bringing a much more competitive game of football. And then whoever's the champion has
You're
the best
right,
record.
but if the
That's who
NFL
should have
can't
the
even
rules you
keep
play
their
for.
coaches in line for the same rules across the board, how do you think that they're going to be able to do that?
NFL's that the no fun league for a reason.
Mad Max, Mad Max,
Mad Max,
Mad
Mad
Max,
Mad Max. I feel bad because man, I wanted him with the Roughnecks, but you know, if the Butterhawks get him, you know what? So what? It makes things more interesting.
Max, baby. Coming
So-
to a show in your neighborhood soon.
That's right. We can't do. So now everybody's wanting to do week one matchups. Oh, look at this!
Look who
Here
finally
he is.
showed up.
He finally showed up.
Oh,
He's
well, hot
you
damn.
know,
Oh my God!
unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Dude.
Unmute
You gotta
yourself.
unmute yourself.
There you go. Okay, there you go.
There. I finally figured out what the problem was. I need to hit enter studio.
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
Like
that would
in-
be.
That would have been
God.
that would have been excellent. That would have been excellent help if somebody would have
Oh,
said, "Hey, hit the
God.
button." Yeah.
We just
I will
figured
leave
it
that
was
to
like
your I'll leave that to your
ABC
family
1, 2,
members.
3.
I'll take that to those two over there.
Oh
Those two
my
over there.
God.
I mean, you know,
Like
just
in
say
Idiot.
you have to
I
hit
can't
the
help
button;
it.
it won't automatically connect.
Right, yeah. So,
I'll
ladies
leave
and
that to them.
gentlemen, it is Easy E Eric from the bottom line.
That's go to collect $200.
Right.
Right.
Eric, you've been watching the show. You've been chiming in. What do you have to say? I know
Well-
because you texted me some certain interesting things.
Geez, I will tell you. I know Amanda needed to breathe there, but I will tell you this. It truly, I don't care what sport it is, to be quite honest with you. It is not necessarily about the fans. Period. End of story. It is about who is paying the money.
Golly. Let me mute
Listen,
myself.
I know it sucks. I get it. We all want to say it's all about us. If we weren't in the seats, they could. You know what? I mean, it's not. Whoever is paying the money. I don't care if 1 million people see your ad or 0. That network that has the game on or whatever it is we're watching already has money in hand. So that money, like he said, the USFL made money. Well, yeah, it sucks. They have 300 people in the stands? Well, there's a reason for that. It's because the advertising that they're putting on, you know, maybe the network that they're on, they're able to make money. Where the XFL, great attendance. Again, St. Louis, best attendance out of every team we're talking about. But the bottom line is It's not about that. It is about 100% how much money is coming from behind the scenes, advertising, that sort of stuff, period, end of story. And clearly, as A-Train said, the WWE proved it, the USFL proved it. Where the XFL is missing out is they're missing the boat on that a little bit.
Advertising. You're talking about marketing? Are we talking about
Yeah.
marketing?
You know what?
Because if we're talking about marketing right now with St. Louis, let me tell you something. That's why last year's season was the way it was.
But I will
Because the
tell you,
marketing in St. Louis was shit.
that is
So
100%.
that is why it was.
But
Sorry.
that's 100%. That's 100% why the XFL and the marketing needs to get their crap together. Because I don't see if I don't catch a game, and I'm not a Battlehawks fan in Iowa, I hear nothing about the XFL. So how bad is that? You got to be able to market this league.
Battlehawk fan. Okay, so let me ask you this: the reason why you're a Battlehawk fan is because of me and my dad, correct?
Well, yeah, I figured
answer the question.
No, I did.
It's because of me and my
we
dad.
needed a common team to root for. Yes, and there's
Thank
multiple
you. Thank
Cyclones
you.
that play on there.
Thank you. It was not because of the marketing, right?
Well, no, because there is no marketing.
Thank you. Thank you. 2 points for me. Next question.
Well, but what I'm trying to tell you is, listen, we can complain all we want about fans and the ass in the seats and stuff like that. Quite frankly, it's not about that. It really isn't. It's 100% money, bottom line. And the USFL clearly out-earned the XFL. So, how did they do that with 300
Because
people
they had
in the seats?
fans. Because their marketing was better in the USFL, correct?
They didn't have fans. Their marketing was clearly better.
Or the fans watching.
And without the good marketing, you don't have the fans, right?
That's fine. So what would you rather have? You tell me. Now this isn't directed to player. What would you rather have? Would you rather have 150,000 people watching on TV or 40,000 ass in the seats? I can tell you my answer. I'd rather have nobody in the seats than 150,000 people watching on TV. Or
why do you have to have one or the other?
Then
you
what's
don't.
the point in having? You might as
listen,
well go back to COVID protocol.
Listen.
You might as well go back to COVID protocol.
Listen.
Wouldn't you think an effective marketing plan would be to have 40,000 in the seats and have 150,000 viewing?
Yes, I agree with you, but what I'm telling you is this. We're going
back to COVID protocol. You cannot go to the games. You can only watch it on TV unless you're wearing a mask.
Listen. If we have to take one or the other, you've got to take the other, because clearly the XFL did not have the viewership. They had the attendance, but what good did 40,000 people do St. Louis but lose money? What good did it do them but break even? But a USFL team that didn't put 300 ass in the seats made money. So clearly there's a disconnect between what the XFL thought was making money, putting butts in the seat, as opposed to marketing and creating actual viewership outside of the 40,000 seats in St. Louis. That's the bottom line. Period. End of story.
You wouldn't have anything without marketing, bro.
I get it.
Matter.
But I told you.
Have nothing.
I told you.
Again, I put the question out there. If USFL had the answers and they were making money, I don't care who approached them. The XFL come to them and said, "Hey, we want to be part of your league."
If
there was nothing for the XFL to offer them as far as making money, then why did they give the XFL the time of day?
Wait, see, there you're missing it because you're not thinking it through. If you actually think this through, do you know what the XFL offers the USFL?
They offer butts in the seats.
Exactly. So now what the USFL is thinking is, okay, we did okay on viewership. We made money. If we bring in the XFL, who can put ass in the seats with our viewership, you know what? Maybe we're on to something there. But the XFL was backwards. The ass in the seats didn't do the XFL any good. It didn't do them any good. And the viewership clearly did the USFL good. I didn't watch the USFL because I felt like I hate watching a football game with nobody in the seats. But that clearly wasn't the case with everybody because the USFL had way more viewership than XFL. Who made more money then?
No, they didn't. If you look at the viewership for the regular season last year, the difference between viewership was minimal. Now, if you want to talk about the playoffs, yeah, the USFL had more viewership than the XFL during the playoffs. But the XFL and the USFL, there was not that big a difference in viewership.
Okay,
so
then how they lose money?
So yes, did the USFL have a better TV contract? Obviously they did.
Okay.
No doubt about it. But if you're looking at the viewership between the USFL and XFL, I'm telling you it was minimal.
So then the USFL sees it this way. When you asked about why they got together, if everything you just said is correct, then the USFL is saying we have the TV contract. We have the way to bring money in that. And you guys clearly can put ass in the seats. So that's not a bad combination, is it? But the XFL clearly didn't have the magic potion because they weren't making money.
Well, but using the format, though, of the XFL in one division and the USFL in the other division, you clearly have not addressed part of their problem, because if they brought the XFL into the mix, wanting our butts in the seats experience, if they're going to have a USFL division that's going to, for the most part, be playing their own division, they still haven't come up with the marketing plan that's going to put butts in their seats. So what's it going to look like when the USFL games have 3,000 people there and the XFL has 20, 25, 30,000 in the stands?
Look, that's a good point. So what if in this new league they get rid of all of the USFL ticketing people and then they bring in the XFL ticketing people? Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying, what if this is the case, and just as pure speculation? But the only reason why we're one side or the other on this, and I'll get to that, Rob, in a minute. So what if they bring in the XFL guys to bring the butts in the seats? You know what I'm saying? And then they get it. So then, yeah, it'll work. I mean, it's like everybody is saying here, both of these leagues had strengths that the other one needed.
Correct.
And I seriously think that if the XFL, if this league would not have been merging, I don't think we would have had the XFL in 2024. I really don't think we would have.
Clearly, the USFL.
Well, here, and I'll go one more. I don't think the USFL would have lasted after this year either without this merger. I think this would have been the last of it, because people were tired of the hub cities and all of that BS. They were tired of it. So I think that the USFL saw it, saying, okay, they know how to get the people in the seats. We can't do it. So let's hear them out. Let's come to a common agreement on what we can make this league look like and how we can make this succeed. And it's going to go back to shows like this, fans like this, not just rooting your city on.
No, I said that from the beginning.
Wait, hold on. What did you just say? Hold on. It's coming from the what?
The fans to support the entire.
And the true show.
That's all she wanted to hear. That's all she wanted to hear you say was the fans. That's all.
You free. On that note, I think we
That's
should.
all she wanted to hear you say. That was it.
Hey, look, right here. It's great because Eric agreed with my point, proved my point. Chris hates it when I'm right, says that Eric proved my point. All I'm saying is this. We have to support every single team. We have to support all 8 teams.
Yeah, until owners get involved. Until owners get involved.
Going and buying their merchandise.
Yes. A-Train, hey, Amanda, let A-Train speak. He's going to make a great point.
Until owners are involved in this league,
then
everybody can do that. But when owners get involved,
then
all
you can
bets
start
are
to get
off.
teams.
Heck yes.
All bets are completely off, because then That means that owner is saying, I'm here to bring a championship to this particular city. And when that happens, if it does happen, owners are getting involved in the league, all hell can break loose
Right.
then.
Yes. But
Exactly.
until
I
then,
agree
we
with
have to
the word of
support
the
free
day.
football.
I agree with the word of the day. The word of
Synergy.
the day is synergy.
It is synergy.
Until everyone realizes that we want to make the best of both leagues and move forward. And maybe the first year being 8 teams, yeah, it does suck. But
I'm
at
sorry,
the end
Chris.
of the day, if we can build on something and we can get the fan bases established,
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
But
And here, I'm going to show you how it's led. I will show you how it's led.
shut up, Richard.
I've been looking on Facebook and I've been seeing these idiot St. Louis fans going, who's the new team that needs to stand pooping up? Get over it. That's childish bullshit. What you need to be doing is you need to be going on these pages, talking to these fans, engaging these fans that are on these pages saying, hey, get out and buy your tickets. Start stuff with them. Go to these pages. Start helping these other teams build their fan bases. You want to do it in St. Louis? You want to be the #1 fan base like we say we are because we can put 38,000 in
Dude,
the
get
stands.
off that. Keep it
Right
moving.
there.
Dude.
Right
You
JR.
do that every
JR.
single time.
JR,
See?
that's not
So
odd.
stupid.
Listen, that's not odd. Because
No,
what
that's not.
you can tell your daughter, say, hey, this is memorabilia, and that you can wear it. You know what I mean? So like the stuff that we have with the XFL, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't
Right.
believe it.
Listen, I think Jeff said it earlier, but I just want to make sure I'm right. So the USFL teams that are coming in the new league, they're not going to be playing their hub system anymore. They're going to be playing in Birmingham. They're going to be playing in Michigan, in Houston, in Memphis. Correct?
But they
Yes.
will practice. They will practice.
Yes,
in their,
it'll be the same hub system the
Yeah.
XFL had.
Yeah,
but
they'll
they
play
will
in their
have
home cities.
they'll now have their home cities just like St. Louis and okay.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a game changer for those teams. The reason that they didn't have the fan base before in the seats is because, well, hell, I mean Birmingham. I think Birmingham was a hub for the games, correct?
Yep.
But if you got Memphis playing their home games in Birmingham against whoever, well, I mean, you're not going to get a whole lot of Memphis fans there. But now
See,
that
like
Memphis
right here.
is there, you're going to have it.
Like right here. So he's Rig wants to know, do you think that the USFL would have still had the higher TV ratings if they played in their home cities? No, I don't think they would have.
No.
I think it would have been more along par line with the XFLs.
Yeah.
Because
But
if
no, at least no. This is what I'm gonna say to that. I will say it would have been either I would say slightly above. The reason why I say that, at least they would have been in their home markets and we said, hey, we got our own team. We can get marketed behind that. For instance, the Memphis Showboats. They have an NBC affiliate and they also have a Fox affiliate, right?
Uh-huh.
So either with that, they would have played their games, and you know that they don't have professional football in that city. They would have been on top of that from the get-go. Now, I don't want to say that now because Memphis had a hub with 2 or 3 other teams. So if it was just them and let them have an owner that believes in it, they have an owner that believes in that team. It's a whole totally different ball game.
Do you know? So Birmingham was a hub for the USFL. Again, I'm not as versed in the USFL as
Well, you had
the
Birmingham,
XFL.
you had Birmingham, Michigan, Canton, and Memphis.
Okay,
Yep.
so what did by comparison, what did the Birmingham game as far as attendance look like compared to the other ones, for example?
Daddy Ed, you had those numbers.
it's like 3 fans versus 2 fans.
No, I mean, so
I don't have it. I have it on paper, but I don't. It's not.
Yeah, Birmingham definitely had the bigger crowd. Birmingham
Okay,
definitely had the bigger crowd of all the USFL teams, for sure.
Okay, I just assume that the hub teams that were actually located in their cities probably had actually more fans in the stands than a game between Michigan and Houston in Birmingham or wherever it was.
So David comments below.
Right.
Birmingham usually had about 10 grand at the game.
Okay. I mean, that would probably put them, middle to bottom half in the XFL for attendance. Am I right?
Yeah, it would have been the bottom half.
Yeah. Now tell
Right.
me this wouldn't be cool. if Memphis actually brought a showboat up the Mississippi to play the Battlehawks. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool. I would even probably go on that boat.
Here's the thing, and this is why I think this is going to be a lot different because JR said it right here. If what they're saying of this league is true, there's not going to be a team west of St. Louis.
Nope.
Okay, now we know because Daddy Ed, me and you've already talked about it.
No, scratch that. It would be teams west of St. Louis.
Well,
it would be no further than San Antonio. It would be no further than San Antonio.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But me and Daddy Ed, me and you've already talked about it. We're already going to a Memphis game. We already going to Memphis.
The I-55 series is going to be alive and well.
Boy, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'll just be somewhere on the roof.
Yeah, we've talked about going to a Michigan game. Birmingham is what, a 7-hour drive?
About 8 hours. It'd be about
8 hours. So there's 3 cities that we can get to right away. That's easy to go to. What?
How about, since it's so damn hot down there, how about the Houston Meat Sweats? How's that? I think that's a perfect name right there. The Meat Sweats.
Now,
the big rig just sweating his ass off, and he can be on every helmet.
Eric,
I hate you so much, Ed. I hate you so much.
How close are you to Detroit?
How close am I to Detroit?
Yeah.
You're going to be about 8 hours, I suppose. 9 hours.
So see there. So, Eric being a Battlehawk fan in Iowa, the game's on a Saturday. He could leave on a Friday, go to the Battlehawk game, turn around and come back on Sunday.
Are you looking at the comments, Ed?
Is that not a good name? That is a perfect name for Houston.
Oh, hey, it is humid.
The Houston Meat Sweats. That's the new team name.
It's humid.
Oh,
definitely
God.
humid. Oh my goodness. Yeah, hey, we weren't trying to go 2 hours.
Listen, when I talked to Daddy Ed, he's like, this is going to be almost a 2-hour show. I go, yeah, probably tonight. It's been that long. We brought
I wish I could have joined in except for the last 20 minutes, but I don't know how to.
If we'd had Easy E in here, it would have easily been going on 3 hours. So.
Oh, you can't believe I was like frothing at the mouth. I'm like, somebody get me in here! Oh my God!
Can't do it.
What am I doing wrong? Why are you not seeing me? Let me in.
Why didn't you just call me?
Well, I texted Ed and Amanda, and I texted you, and I was like, somebody just tell me to hit the blue button. Just hit the blue button.
We got to decide.
You got to hit it yourself. That's what
I know.
Yeah, Easy E. We got to figure out when we're gonna have our next bottom line show, so we can.
It's gonna have to be January 8th, unless you guys are doing something on Christmas and the first day of the year.
Hey, we could have a Christmas show.
Oh, y'all gonna do it actually on Christmas Day?
We can talk about a Christmas show, but something tells me Mama Bear would.
Yeah, you'd be in trouble.
I'd be in trouble probably with Mama
I'm about
Bear.
to say it's a football day. Are you kidding me?
Whoa. There's only one thing. There's only one thing that you watch on Christmas.
Oh, shut up. You're going to talk about a Christmas story.
It is a Christmas story. That's all you watch. The only thing you watch. It's the only thing you watch. We got anything else to say?
I'm watching Ravens 49ers on
You're
Christmas
an
night.
Idiot.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Idiot.
not. You're going to be the idiot not watching it.
Idiot.
Oh, you got to watch that game.
That's it. I got.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Is Rig Rocker still on?
Hurry up.
Yeah,
I want to ask Rig Rocker if he heard my marketing appeal for Houston, and I want to know that if Rig heard me come on national TV and make that appeal to him, whether he would have been on board with the Houston team this year. That's what I want to know out of Rig. Yep, that. If you heard me earlier talk about the marketing plan for the Houston team going forward in 24, if it would have went down like I said, would you have been on board for the 24 season?
Yeah, I put it in the comments. There it is, the Houston football team, right?
For 24 until the fans decided on the team name, would you have been a part of it?
Is this the name you would have thought of, said this has been perfect for?
I know you would have voted for the meat sweat, but
Meat sweat.
Yeah.
The
All right,
humidities
hey.
are pretty good too.
You're right. We need to get off of here because I'm starting
I'm
to get
hungry.
sweaty.
All right, folks, thank you so much. A happy holidays to every one of you. Thanks, Big Daddy Ed, Easy E for dropping in. Amanda, I know we missed you. Big Dirty, thank you so much, man. Happy holidays. We'll see
Merry
y'all
Christmas,
next time.
guys.
Merry Christmas.
Ah, humbug.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right. Take care, y'all.